Hello, I have an amazing pick a card reading to share with you in just a moment, but before we dive in, I have an incredibly exciting announcement to share with you. I have created an incredibly powerful 2-hour long reading that is designed to help you activate more wealth in your life, and I want to share it with you for basically free. If you are a returning viewer of this channel, then you likely know that the oracle deck that I created, the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck, is currently in pre-order for our next print run. So I've decided that anyone who pre-orders the deck before the end of May 2024, or anyone who already owns the deck decides to write a review for the deck before the end of May 2024, anyone who does either of those two things will get access to this exclusive 2-hour long wealth activation reading from me for free. The wealth activation reading looks on the surface like a typical pick a card reading where we have 3 decks for you to pick from, but you are meant to watch every single one of the decks in the order that you're called to watch them in. The order you watch them in changes the message that you receive from the reading, and the whole reading overall will guide you through discovering how aligned you already are with the wealth you desire and how to become fully aligned with it so that you can manifest it into your life faster. So since this is a much more in-depth and involved reading than most of the readings here on this channel, I would typically sell this sort of a reading on its own for probably about $100, but you get it for free as a thank you for supporting me and the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck when you pre-order or write a review for the deck. The links to pre-order your copy of the deck and to claim your free copy of this exclusive wealth activation reading are both in the description and the pinned comment below. Again, thank you so much for all of your support on this channel, all of your support of the deck, and for all of the support that you give me. It truly means the world to me to have you here and to get to share these readings and this deck with you. So with all of that being said, I can't wait to see who claims their exclusive copy of this wealth activation reading. I'm so excited to share it with those of you who do. And now it's time to dive into today's pick a card reading. Hello and welcome to our pick a card reading. I know I just said it in the intro, but I just want to say one more time here that I am so incredibly just grateful to have you here and for all of the support that you've all shown me and shown this channel and the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck over just the last few months that we've been doing these readings here on YouTube. I really, truly appreciate each and every one of you. Every like, every comment, every purchase, every donation, it just means the world. So just know that I truly am just so grateful. So today we are doing a pick a card reading to see what divine guidance the universe has for you that you can take action on this week, that you can do this week in order to call in more abundance. It's a little bit of divine direction today. Now this is a timeless reading, so anytime that you find this video is exactly when you need to hear this message. And since we are doing a reading for what actions, aligned actions and guidance the universe has for you to call in money over the next week, then the guidance here will apply to the next 7 days after you watch this reading, whenever that is. As we dive into this reading together, please remember, as always, that you are the creator of your reality, so always take what you need from these readings, take what resonates, and leave what doesn't. Find your own truths, clarity, and alignment in these readings, whatever that looks like for you. And if you are new here, then welcome. My name is Taylor Eaton, and I am the author of the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck, which is the deck that we are using to start all of our readings from today. This is also the deck that I just mentioned at the beginning of this video that it is currently in pre-order for our next print run. Again, the link to pre-order your copy of the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck and to claim that exclusive 2-hour long wealth activation reading as a free gift once you've pre-ordered. Both those links are in the description and pinned comment below. Now, a quick note before we dive into picking your deck, I do not currently offer private readings outside of the Wealth Vibe membership, so please do not be scammed by anyone in the comments or on other social media platforms pretending to be me. I will never message you and ask you to pay me for a reading. If you want to join the Wealth Vibe membership so you can purchase a private reading with me or just to get access to all of the amazing resources and high vibe like-minded community that you need to manifest the wealth you desire, I would love to get to connect with you there inside the membership. So the link for the membership is also in the description and pinned comment below. Now let's run through the piles and their crystals so that you can pick which reading is for you. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3 here today. For pile 1, we have our Sodalite crystal point. look at it there if that one calls to you. For pile number 2, we have our Rainbow Moonstone crystal point. And then for pile 3, we have our green Aventurine crystal point. We will be incorporating multiple decks into each of the readings, and I will be sure to list all of the different decks that are used throughout this video in the description below in case you're curious about what any of those other decks are. And of course, you can absolutely watch more than one of the readings if more than one pile is calling to you. That just means that there is guidance for you in each of those readings. So go ahead if you need to and pause the video now. Take however long you need to choose which pile or piles are calling to you, and then go ahead and click the timestamps below in the description and in the pinned comment to jump to whichever pile or piles you are called to, and I'll see you in your reading. Hello, deck number 1. This is your reading to uncover what guidance the universe has for you to take action on this week. So what can you do this week in order to call in more abundance into your life? So remember to use your own discretion and only take what resonates with you from this reading. Also, keep in mind as we go through this reading that often the things that lead to abundance in our lives often do so indirectly or in unpredictable ways. So implement the guidance here in whatever way feels right to you. Always, always, always trust your inner guidance. All right, so with all of that being said, we're going to move your crystal aside and we're going to get right into it, and we're going to see what the divine guidance is from the universe. Ooh, I feel like this card is popping out for you for deck 1. I want to get at least one more card down from our Wealthy Woman deck to start us off. And then we will pull in some other decks as well. You have the Wealthy Woman card. So right off the bat, wow, okay, the guidance is coming through clear. The universe is saying this is a great time when you're seeing this video. In the next 7-ish days this week is a fantastic time for you to do things that help you feel wealthier. I'm getting specifically the word luxury, luxurious, whatever that means to you. For some people, luxury is, like a 5-star restaurant. For some people, it's a spa day. For some people, it's taking an extra, 15 minutes in the middle of the day to go sit out in the sun and just listen to the birds, right? Like, our definitions of luxury are so different. So the universe is saying, get clear this week on what your definition of the word luxury, or a similar word like wealth, if that feels better to you. What's your definition of that word, and how can you do something this week, something significant that lets you feel a little bit more luxurious, a little bit more wealthy? What inspires that feeling in you? So again, it could be going for a spa day, booking a massage. It could be sitting outside in the sun. It could be taking half a day off of work. It could be, buying that piece of clothing that just makes you feel wealthy when you wear it. Whatever it is for you, do something that makes you feel luxurious today. It doesn't have to, or this week, I should say. It doesn't have to be something you have to spend money on, though it can be, but something that just ups your feeling of like you feel wealthy. This is the title card from the deck, the Wealthy Woman, right? And this is all about embodying the version of you who has the wealth they desire. So for specifically the guidance that's coming through today with this topic of this reading, with this card coming up, is literally just do things that make you feel more abundant. Do things that you could see yourself doing or doing more of once you're at that next level of wealth you desire, once more has manifested into your life. If you have the resources and it makes sense to do that, right? Or just do things that inspire that same feeling of how you think you'll feel most of the time when the wealth comes in. This is what wealth embodiment is, right? This is embodiment, manifestation through embodiment, which is all of what we do inside of the Wealth Vibe membership. That's so much of what we do in there. So you can come join us in there if you want to take this to that next level. I just saw 444 for you. Some beautiful confirmation. So just knowing, I'm also getting, because I'm seeing 444, stability. Like the number 4 a lot of times is stability. You think about 4 legs on a table, things like that. Doing things that specifically that are going to make you feel luxurious or make you feel like you're going to feel when you have all the money you could ever want, or that next level abundance when you're going to feel so supported. So what activities can you do that make you feel that inspire that same feeling of support, safety, and or luxury in your life in this next week? Doing activities like that, prioritizing activities, again, like a bubble bath even, doesn't have to cost you any money, but it's like a bubble bath, or sitting outside and drinking your coffee and feeling the sun on your face if the sun's out, right? Like, what is it that makes you feel wealthy and luxurious? Prioritizing doing some of that this week is going to help you truly start to call in more wealth. It's honestly, it helps you become an energetic match for the money you desire and call it into you, and you kind of magnetize it to you that way. But also, it's gonna doing that regularly, doing things to prioritize feeling abundant before the money shows up. It rewires your brain. Right? This is something that I've seen in the 6+ years I've been doing. Well, not 6+, almost 6 years now. In a month or so, it'll be about 6 years I've been doing this work of helping people with their money mindset and manifestation. And something I've seen is that oftentimes we think, we're just doing the things that make us feel wealthy before the money shows up because that's what is going to attract the money to us. And it's like, no, that's part of it. And when we talk about it from a law of attraction standpoint or an energetic standpoint, but even just on a, like mental or even physiological standpoint, the more you do actions that make you feel wealthy and create the chemicals in your brain that, make you feel like you think you'd be feeling when you have all the money you desire or anything like that, it rewires your brain. It rewires your brain chemistry too. It rewires you and your subconscious. And if you do these things regularly, I'm getting the universe is saying, like, do something, one little thing, or a big thing if you want to, but at least one little thing a day for the next 5 to 7 days. Deck 1. Do one little thing a day that makes you feel safe, secure, or luxurious, or wealthy, like you would at your next level of abundance. Do something like that each day and see how not only do things start to shift around you, because you're putting that energy out into the world and attracting that back to you, but also how you will start to think a little bit differently, right? Like you might start to find that you're stressing less about money, or even if nothing's changed yet, which if you stress less about money, you're going to think differently about money. You're going to make different choices around it. You might find yourself having new ideas for ways to manage or call in more money, more inspiration. You're making room in your mind for that because you're thinking from the version of you as the version of you who has the wealth you desire. So it's almost like you're remembering your way to what you want in the future, if that makes sense. We can get a little esoteric there, but there's a lot of guidance for you there. So this is your first kind of big thing. The universe is saying something that involves stillness could really help. So again, it's whatever it means to you. Get clear on what your definition of luxury or wealth or stability feels like to you, and activities that can inspire those things in you. But the universe is saying specifically, it's kind of a hint with this card, is like, look at things where you're being a little bit more still and present, because you have that, you're acting as if you are doing things that make you feel like that next level abundant version of yourself. So the universe is saying for you specifically, Deck, when having something like, again, it could be, I'm seeing a lot of massages, spa days, bubble baths, sitting outside, just listening to nature, or feeling the sun on your skin, or like taking a nap in the afternoon for 20 minutes or an hour, or whatever it is for you that works for you, right? It's like doing any of those things where you're being a little bit still, a little bit more present, or just slowing down and just doing something that pairing, like things that create that stillness in you. Maybe it's extra long meditations, things like that, but just something that you would be doing at your next level of abundance that inspires that feeling of your next level of abundance and incorporates some level of stillness, some level of calm, some level of peace, to allow yourself to truly sink into it, right? To truly sink into it. So again, take that if that resonates, leave it if it doesn't. For some of you, you might be like, no, I want to be going on like a long hike and all that. When you think about it, often we're hiking, we have like some more mental stillness. We're not looking at our phones as much or trying to multitask, right? So again, whatever that means to you, but incorporating something that allows your mind and possibly your body, but especially your mind, to be a little bit more still while you're also tapping into that energy of luxury. Because when we're actually present with it, with whatever we're doing to help us feel abundant before the money shows up, when we're actually present with it and being mentally present with it, mentally still, not having our mind go a million miles an hour, mentally working on to-do lists or stressing about how money's going to come in or anything like that, when we're actually present with these activities that make us feel wealthy, we get so much more out of them. This is why you can do something just 10 or 15 minutes a day, and that helps you embody your next level self and see phenomenal results after a week, 2 weeks, a month, right? So it's so important to be intentional with your activities that you do that make you feel wealthy. And if you can do things that bring in a little bit of stillness, it's going to be really great. And those are probably going to be the most effective things that you could be doing this week. Of course, you still go to your job, still do things in your business, whatever it is, right? Do the things that make you money, but just taking a little bit of time, 15, 30 minutes, an hour a day, whatever works for you and feels right to you, to have these kind of mentally calm, yet luxurious and abundant activities for yourself is going to go a really long way for you this week. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you watching this, I'm getting a lot of you watching this, if you do that for a week, you're going to come out the other end of that week with, like, you're going to feel like you have at least one, if not many, brilliant ideas for ways to make money or call in more money or manifest more money or manage your money in a way that's going to make it go further, right? Like, you're going to have so many insights. And for some of you, you'll see money start to come in, or signs that money's coming, and just being attracted to you. But for a lot of you, this is going to result in just like kind of like these aha moments of, oh my gosh, now, oh, okay, I needed to get quiet and feel abundant. And then the ideas appeared in my mind. I manifested the ideas of what I needed next, the clarity, right? That's going to lead to just way more abundance than I've had before. So that's very exciting. Also, we have our soul wealth card here. And so the universe is saying that in doing these activities, like the big idea of doing these like kind of calm or still activities that allow you to feel abundant and like your next level wealthy version of yourself, it's going to help you release any kind of desperation you might have around money. Because like the desperation of like, I really want that money to come in, or it needs to come in this week, or what if it doesn't, or, like any of the stress or the kind of, clinging to that desperation, right, is the word that's coming up around money. Because if you're doing the things that make you feel abundant, you're going to realize you're like, I already feel abundant. And that's like a big part of the prize of why we want money, is because it makes us, we think we're going to feel a certain way when we get it, right? And so when you can tap into that feeling now before the money shows up, then you're able to kind of detach a little bit more. This is going to allow you to detach and take, especially when we talk about manifestation terms, take the money off the pedestal, right? So you're not creating resistance to it. Wow, doing this, deck one, is going to really dissolve quite a lot of resistance you might have that is currently blocking the wealth you desire from coming in. That's really cool. I wasn't trying to channel guidance for you on how do you dissolve blocks and resistance. The universe is saying, here's your assignment for the week. Go do things each day that make you feel wealthy, that make you feel secure, that make you feel like you're embodying that wealthy next level version of yourself. Ideally, some things in there that are, kind of quiet or still, or allow you to be mentally very present. And doing that's not only going to help you attract more abundance or have ideas for abundance, but also it's going to help you dissolve any of the desperation or any of the resistance that you have around money because you've been maybe overthinking it, or you've been, like getting in your own way by, like being too desperate for it and always checking your phone and being like, where's the sale? Where's the money? Where's the promo? Where's the promotion? I meant, where's the raise, right? Where's the miraculous money manifestation? Just like, you'll stop looking for the money because you already feel the abundance and you already have that wealthy being. So you'll stop looking for the money quite as much. And then that allows the money to come in. When we're constantly looking over our shoulders, trying to see if our manifestation is here yet, whether it's money or something else, we hold that manifestation at arm's length, and it takes longer for it to come in, if ever, because we're not acting as though we have it, right? We're not using that law of assumption. We're not acting as if. And so this is just gonna, like, what a simple homework assignment. What a fun homework assignment. Like, do things that make you feel wealthy, that make you feel good this next week. And watch how that not only leads to ideas and opportunities for more abundance, but also helps you take your manifestation a little bit off the pedestal, helps you normalize it, helps you step into it and embody it and dissolve those blocks that you might have around it that have been keeping it at arm's length for a while now. All right, let's get some more cards down for you from another deck here. See what else deck one can do. The Frog and Lotus Metamorphosis. These two cards came up very recently in another reading. So if you're seeing these again, these are some beautiful signs for you and beautiful confirmations. I think these were in like some of our last readings, honestly. Wow, really cool. Because I've used this deck for private readings since then. So these like just came right out for you, deck one. So yeah, really, like this practice, this is just some more guidance for you, but this practice of just taking time to embody, do things that make you feel wealthy over the next week, it's going to create this internal metamorphosis. It's going to allow you to get out of this place of stagnation that you've maybe been in for a while now. Okay, it's going to allow you to get out of this kind of place of feeling stuck around money, or just feeling like at least this manifestation, this specific kind of thing you want with money. So whether it's been you've been really wanting that promotion or that raise at work, or you've just wanted to hit that next level income goal in your business, this practice is going to unlock quite a bit for you if you actually commit to it, at least for the next 5 to 7 days, and you'll start to see some sort of shift from it. And of course, you can keep going with it beyond a week too. It's a great practice to do regularly, right? And again, this is a lot of what all of our challenges each month in the membership help us embody that next level version of ourselves in different ways. We have resources in there to do it as well. So if you want to come get support and like-minded community and get to connect with me in there, I would love to see you in there. So that link is below. But really, this is just kind of that key that you've been looking for you to be able to, this is the transformation that needs to be undergone. Like, it's this releasing of this resistance around money because of the desperation or the craving of it so bad, or the, like putting all this pressure on yourself to make it happen or make it happen a certain way or at a certain time. It's like all of that's going to transform. This is what you've been needing to transform in order to move through whatever kind of stagnation you've been in around money, around your money manifestations, all of that sort of stuff. We're going to pull from another deck here. I want to see if there's anything else you can be doing. I'm going to have a couple for you here. So we have our Sagittarius card, Saturn and Scorpio. Yeah, what do we have? Deep, intense transformation. Adventure is free. Yeah. Yeah, so you've had a lot of, these boundaries. You've maybe been even disciplined with trying to transform your financial reality for a little while now, or trying to, kind of bust through some blocks around money or your manifestations, whatever the stagnation is that you've been in around. And you've maybe, I get the sense a lot of you have been intentionally trying to bust through these blocks, and you're just like, I don't know what it is that I'm missing. And the universe is saying there's not really anything you need to heal at this point. Whenever you're watching this, it's like you've done the healing work, and now it's about allowing yourself to become the wealthy woman, right? The wealthiest version of you. That's what the next week, and I'm getting even possibly a couple months, are going to be about for you. You're entering into a phase of life where it's time for you to really start, you've undergone the transformations you needed to go through in terms of healing, like the healing work, and now it's time to step into a new kind of transformation, a transformation of becoming this fully expressed new next level version of yourself. Before the money shows up, you have to become that version of you in order to call it in. You can't, the universe is saying you can't manifest more abundance by being the old version of you. If it's a level of abundance you've never had before, or in a way you've never had it before, you cannot manifest that by being the old version of yourself. You just can't. The old version of you is what has created your current a level of abundance. So if you want a new level of abundance, it's time for you to truly allow yourself to transform, to become adventurous, to become free, to introspect, to decide, the universe is saying, decide who you really want to be at your next level of wealth. Deck 1. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to become? Who do you envision yourself seeing? Something interesting I always tell people in this line of work is, I said that money doesn't change you, right? It just amplifies what's already there. But when you're consciously trying to call more money into your life, that journey will shape you, right? It's not the money that really shapes us. It's the journey to the money that shapes us. It's the journey that, with all the twists and turns and obstacles and transformations we go through, and the things we have to look at deep within ourselves, those are the things that transform us and make us someone different. And it's not because we have more money that we change. It's that we've changed in order to become someone who has a different financial reality. So the universe is saying, choose who you want to become. Again, remember at the beginning of the reading, I was saying taking some time to figure out what makes you feel luxurious, what makes you feel wealthy, safe, secure, especially financially supported, taking time to get clear on what that means to you, right? And doing things that help inspire that in you, but also allowing yourself to, this is going even deeper and saying, who do you want to become? Define who you want to be when you get to that next level of abundance. How are they the same as who you are now, and how are they different from who you are now? And start bridging the gap in the ways that you're different, right? So this will be taking actions, but also maybe your thoughts, maybe little things can be tweaked now that will start to bring you closer and closer into alignment with the version of you that you're deciding you want to be when you have that next level of wealth that you're working on calling in. So the universe is saying there's some more deep metamorphosis, deep transformation for you to be starting to embark on this next week. But on the surface, it's going to start with just doing these daily kind of actions that allow you to feel abundant, right? And allow you to feel wealthy. So making sure that you're doing that over the next several days, but then watch how on a deeper level that doing those things, even reflecting on, what actually makes me feel wealthy, you're going to start to feel this pull to go inward and go, well, who do I want to choose to become at my next level of abundance? And that's something that you get to reflect on this week as well, right? And just reflecting on who am I choosing to become, and creating that image in your head, that avatar of your next level self, the version of you who has that abundance you desire that you're calling in. You can start to work on that just mentally this week and see where that's going to lead to some deep insights that are going to help you continue forward to become the version you need to become, that you're ready to become, honestly. Deck 1, because you've been doing the healing work. You've whether consciously or not, but I think for most of you it's consciously, you've healed a lot of things. So now you're ready to become. The universe is asking you to become, with your actions and with your kind of vision for your future, become and get clear on the version of you that you want to be when you have the wealth you desire. If you don't have that, your subconscious will choose who you become along the way. It'll choose for you. And we don't always like who we become or how we're looking at the world when our subconscious chooses for us. It's really important to consciously this week really choose who you are deciding to and wanting to become in the next few years here, as you call in more and more wealth and as you get to that next level of abundance. So that's really, really cool. The light is just beautiful. It just started to shift when I said, like, there's just, I don't know if this might get cropped out in post, but there's this beautiful light beam over here on the side coming in through my French doors here. Let me pull one more card for you from the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck. Yep, of course, this is our Seasons. I guess I'm just going to put this card right here on top. This is our Seasons of Wealth card. You're moving into a new season of wealth, my love. It's a really beautiful last little confirmation from our Wealthy Woman deck. You're moving into a new season of wealth. Into a season, for you, it's very clearly with this read, because this card can mean like you're going from abundance to kind of more, I don't want to say lack, but stagnation, or more stagnation, right, to abundance. For you with the cards and what we've got here for you, it's very clear that this, whenever you hear this reading and you start to take on this advice to decide who you want to become and start taking actions that bring you closer into feeling and becoming that version of you who has the wealth you desire, as you start to do that, you're moving into a new season of wealth. But you got to do those things, right? It's not just going to fall in your lap. You have to show the universe, like, here's who I'm becoming. I'm becoming who I desire to be on an energetic and action level, right? On all levels. You have to start doing that. But when you start doing that, the money gets to start coming in more and more. You're going to be entering into a whole new era of this. I see this as, this is, again, a transition period. This is a transformation, metamorphosis period for you, but it's like you're ready for the upgrade now. You're ready for the up level. Before, you've been getting ready up until this point. You've been getting ready for more money. You've been getting ready in terms of maybe managing your money, maybe resolving debt, or maybe just deciding you want to resolve some debt, or deciding to dream bigger. It's like you've been making decisions and you've been going bigger. And you're now ready to step into the version of you who has the wealth you desire. But that can be scary. The universe is saying that can be scary because it can be, sometimes we're like, can I handle it? And of course we always think like kind of on a conscious level, like, oh, of course I can handle whatever comes along with the wealth I desire. But on a deep subconscious level, often there's fears of, how am I going to handle all the money, or what's all the things that are going to come, along with the wealth that I'm going to have to deal with that are less desirable. And this is a week for you again to get clear on who you want to become and how you're going to handle challenges moving forward, especially any new challenges that come with a new level of wealth, because that might be like the last little thing that's really holding you back from the wealth you desire. But that and just embodying, doing the things that make you feel abundant is kind of like your big assignment from the universe for this next week. All right, pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below letting me know what you took from this reading and how it resonated. I truly do try to read as many comments as I can on these videos, and they really mean the world to me. So if you feel called to comment, please do, because I love to hear from you below. You are, of course, welcome to, if you're not already, to subscribe to my channel for future card readings for abundance. And if you want to pre-order your copy of the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck so you can get divine guidance on demand for all things money and abundance, be sure to do so at the link in the description and pinned comment below. And after you do, be sure to claim your copy of the exclusive 2-hour wealth activation reading that I've created for you as a thank you for pre-ordering the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck, or for writing a review if you already have a copy of the deck from our previous print run. And if you want to come join me inside of the Wealth Vibe membership so you can get access to all the resources, support, and community you need to more easily manifest the wealth you desire into your life, then I would love to get to connect with you there. The link for that is in the description and pinned comment as well. All right, with all of that being said, I am wishing you massive prosperity and abundance, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. This is your reading to uncover what guidance the universe has for you to take action on this week, what you can do this week in order to call in more abundance into your life. Remember to use your own discretion and only take what resonates with you from this reading. Also, keep in mind as we go through this reading that often the things that lead to abundance manifesting into our lives, those things, the way money often comes into us is it comes indirectly through the, unpredictable, miraculous kind of ways. So sometimes it's like you'll get some guidance here that you're like, how is that going to relate to making money? But when you do it, if it feels aligned to you, you see how it like kind of domino affects certain parts of your life or leads you somewhere at the right place at the right time for money to come in, right? So just, always keep that open mind and implement the guidance here in whatever way feels right to you. Always, always, always trust your inner guidance. So we're going to move your crystal out of the way and we're going to dive right in and start shuffling. And we're just going to see what can deck 2 do to call in more money. What is their aligned action this week? Ooh, okay, deck 2. Your aligned action, we're going to get some more guidance and clarity on this in a minute, but your aligned action is to look for the silver lining this week. Okay, our Rogue card here is one of my favorite cards in the deck, honestly, in the Wealthy Woman deck. And this card is all about how, there's often redirection and things that pop up that at first look like a challenge, but actually end up being the biggest blessings in your life. And that's a lot of what I'm getting this week is that I'm not getting that there's necessarily like unexpected like obstacles or expenses or anything like that around money coming up this week, though there could be for some of you. I get the sense the more that like the universe is really asking you, I get the sense there might have been some of that very recently for some of you, but I also get the sense that overall the universe is asking with this card to have you looking at the silver lining of things. This isn't super concrete advice or actionable yet, so we're going to pull some more cards from the Wealthy Woman and other decks to make sure we have a full picture of what this looks like and give you some kind of more practical guidance around this deck 2. But this is the first big thing. This is kind of like the big thing to be doing this week is looking for the silver lining, looking how, the universe is saying, looking how things are working for you. Oh, okay, so this guidance is already starting to come through more with this card. I'm getting from my collective, they're saying what deck 2 needs to hear is that they need to be really kind of installing the underlying belief and looking for evidence in their physical reality that supports this belief of I am always divinely supported. Everything is always working out for me. So this could be an affirmation or mantra for you to really lean into this week. Maybe, even honestly, if you like robotic affirmations, just saying everything is always working out for me, everything's always working out for me, everything is always working out for me, or I am divinely supported, I'm divinely supported, I'm divinely supportive. Or even, this is a good one, I am on track for the wealth I desire, I'm always on track for the wealth I desire, I'm always on track for the wealth I desire. Universe is saying that this is a week where you're kind of at a pivotal point where it's important for you you can look down the path of feeling like you're not on track to getting the wealth you desire, but the universe is saying this is a time where you are being really called to strengthen that belief. Again, we'll pull more cards for guidance on this, but this is very interesting guidance coming through, because the universe really wants you to, like, it's just this insistent, like, get your mindset on board. This is a week to be tuning up your mindset around money, to be tuning up what stories you're telling yourself about where you are, right? Where you are financially, you're on track. Like the universe saying, it may look where you are right now like you're not close to the wealth you desire, or like you don't know how it's going to come in, but the universe is saying, actually, you're right on track. But if you keep telling the story of I'm not on track, then you will take yourself off track, right? You'll go in a different direction. I want to see if I can move. Ooh, that's cool. The light's just so beautiful. It's coming in through my balcony doors here, as I film right next to the balcony, so I can look out at the trees as I film, because I have a big connection with the forest and everything. And just the light is phenomenal. It doesn't always come in like this. So, oh my gosh, so beautiful. I think it's also, as it's kind of moving over here more, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, the silver lining. Like, look for the bright side of things. We have the dark and we have the light, right? Like, you have this choice, right? To look in either direction, to tell the story of I'm not where I want to be, or to tell the story of I'm exactly where I need to be, even if I can't see how it's working out, because I know everything's always working out for me. And I choose to believe that everything's working out for me, because when you choose to believe that, that's the reality you create. Deck 2. All right. So that's the first card for you. The second card we have coming up is your Cosmic Celebration card, which we love to see. So this builds really beautifully off of our initial guidance here of looking for the silver lining, looking for the bright side, choosing to install that subconscious and deep belief of everything is working out for me. I'm right on track for the wealth I desire. Maybe having affirmations, right, to do that. To build on that, it's like celebrate all that is good in your life and celebrate. Ooh, this is very interesting and very almost tricky guidance, deck 2. It's tricky because it's easy in concept, but when you put it into practice, it's like it can be a little triggering, a little challenging. But the universe is saying, look back on things that have happened in the past that you thought at the time were challenges or like a roadblock or an inconvenience or something bad, right? Look back on those things and see how they actually have led you to exactly where you are, or how they ended up being a blessing in disguise. That's kind of like, it's a little bit of homework for you to do over the next few days here. The universe is saying if you can really allow yourself to look back at things that have happened, especially around money or career, right? But it could be anything. But definitely if there's things around money or career, like unexpected expenses that had popped up in the past that you were like, oh, this is the worst time, or why does this always happen to me, or things like that. Or if you've had, you maybe in the past you were let go from a job or anything that's been less than ideal around money or career, look back on those things and see how actually, can you see how they've maybe been a blessing in disguise? Right? And just look back on as many of those things as you can. You could journal this out and make a whole list. But the universe is saying it wants you to celebrate things that at one point you thought were maybe a bad thing or a kind of block or something that was impeding you getting from where you want to be financially or career-wise. It wants you to look at those things and see how everything is always working out for you. It wants you to find the universe is saying, find the evidence, find it so that you have the conscious and subconscious beliefs kind of more fully ingrained in you and proven to you that everything is working out for you, that you are always being divinely directed and led to the wealth you desire, and that you're actually right on track to it. And all you need to be doing is making sure that you're looking for like this situation, like it's like wherever you right now, how can you change your perspective to see more and more clearly that you are going to, that of course you're going to end up exactly where you want, or of course the money's going to come in. How really look at things that you've had a perspective shift on in the past, things that once looked bad and then ended up being good around money or career, led to something better or prevented something even worse from happening, right? Look at those things and then use that same kind of train of thought to look at where you are right now and make sure you're shifting into getting excited for what it's redirecting you to, even if you don't know exactly what that looks like. Even use your imagination to ask yourself, where I am right now, what is this maybe potentially redirecting me toward, or getting me ready for, or preparing me for? Because that's what we're seeing here with your cards, is that you are being, universe is saying you are being prepared. All right. Deck 2, you are being prepared. Okay. The universe has been preparing you for what you want. And you're on track for it. But if every time you keep telling yourself, I'm not where I want to be. What if it never happens? I got to figure out how to get there because it's not happening. Whenever you come in it with that energy or that thought, that line of thinking, then you take yourself off track from it, right? And the universe has to kind of keep getting you back on track. So the universe is saying, let's speed this up. And how about you start consciously looking for the bright side, the silver lining, looking at how it's all working out for you. Really do this work of looking at things that in the past you've thought were a negative occurrence around money or career, but how they actually ended up being a blessing or a positive in some way. Look at all of that stuff and then apply that same line of thinking to wherever you are right now and start to shift to be like, oh, I am right on track for the wealth I desire. That's going to allow you to keep going that direction. It's also going to just create that kind of reality around you where you are on track for it, right? Because you're the creator of your reality. And then we have our financial flow card. Yeah, this is what is going to help the money flow more easily to you. The universe is saying that if you feel like there's been ebbs and flow with your money lately or just in your life where sometimes it's coming in and sometimes it's not and it's kind of stop and start and like maybe 2 steps forward, 1 step back at times with money or things like or career, the universe is saying that's normal, but it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that it's like a feast or famine or kind of roller coaster with money for you. It doesn't have to be that way anymore. The only reason it's been that way is because instead of taking any opportunity to look at the silver lining, you've instead been looking at what is like I'm not where I want to be, or this is another sign that things aren't working for me. The universe is saying every situation it's all about your perspective, right? And so if you choose to take the perspective of always looking for how this is working out for you, even if you don't know exactly how, but you can believe it is in some way, then the money gets to come in more and more frequently. But if you at any given time look at any situation and take it as a sign that you're not where you want to be, then, or that you're not going to get there, or that this could stop you from getting there, then you won't get there, or it'll be a lot harder to get there and take a lot longer. So the universe is saying very lovingly, but very like no nonsense. Like this is what I'm getting from my collective is it's like, you are the creator of your reality. I know I say that a lot, but this is coming through from my collective for you right now, Deck 2, is you are the creator of your reality. And you need to own that and realize that it comes down to even the little granular thoughts you have that are indicative of the deeper subconscious beliefs. So if every time something happens, your first response is to look at it and go, this is going to trip me up. This is a sign that I'm not on track. I need to fix this, instead of going, maybe what is this redirecting me toward? Or how is this happening for me instead of to me, right? If your knee-jerk reaction is to just assume it's not working for you, then it won't work for you because you create your reality with that thought of it's not working for me. But if your thought is, this must be repositioning me for something great, or this is preparing me to be able to hold more wealth or more responsibility that comes with more money, or whatever it is, then that's what you'll create. That's what that situation will become for you. You create everything when you look at it and you choose to assign labels or beliefs to it. So you were saying choose to assign the belief to every situation that it's all happening for you and watch your financial reality transform. So over the next 7 days, having some sort of mantra like everything is always working out for me is fantastic. Wow, even the light's just getting more and more dramatic of like, just like which mentality do you want to pick, right? Which perspective are you going to pick? Because that creates your financial flow, right? Wow, this will be interesting to see how this comes out in post with the editing, but really dramatic. Wow, yeah, this is a dramatic kind of inner transformation and a dramatic change I'm getting for you, and deeper level to rewire yourself on subconsciously around money. So over the next 7 days, the big advice here is a couple things for you, and we're going to pull more cards and see if there's any more guidance for you. But just to check in so far, the big guidance for you to start with over the next 7 days, Deck 2, is to first of all have some sort, choose whatever, mantra or affirmation, if you like mantras or affirmations, that's going to support you with this sort of guidance and help you apply it. But something like everything is always working out for me. I am divinely supported. Everything is happening for me, right? I'm always on track to the wealth I desire. Whatever, anything along those lines or whatever else feels right to you that feels relevant with this reading, create some sort of one affirmation, one mantra, and just repeat it to yourself as much as you can. Just saturate your subconscious with it, right? Like just some robotic affirmations. If you want to, take that or leave it. The other piece of guidance for you is to, over the next 7 days, look at, and you could do this in one sitting, really, or you could do it over a few days, but sometime in the next week, sit down and look at things that have happened in the past that you've had a perspective shift around since they happened. So things that you thought were negative that have actually ended up being positive, right? That's what we're looking at, right? That's the homework. And in doing that, you're then going to be able to look at your current situation wherever you are with money and go, I see exactly how this is working out for me. I see exactly how this is going to work for me now. All right, let's get some more cards for you, see if there's anything else. Deck number 2 can do. We have the Deer and Oat healing. Yeah, so, healing that belief, healing whatever beliefs that tell you it's not safe to believe that things are working out for you, or whatever beliefs or stories that you have, whether they're ones you've picked up in this lifetime or they're from, ancestral or past life, whatever stories you have that tell you that it's not, that you're not supported, that things aren't working out for you, that you need to kind of be on your toes or else you're going to get knocked over, you're going to get, just kind of like caught with your pants down or something like that. Like the universe is saying any stories you have that tell you that it's not safe to believe that things are actually working out for you, those need to be healed. This is a time to start looking at them, identify. You could even just brain dump. This is a great journaling prompt, right? Right on a piece of paper, say, why don't I think I can believe that everything is working out for me, or that I'm on track for the wealth I desire, anything along those lines, right? Why? What has happened in the past, or what have I seen, or what have I heard from others, and just brain dump and see what comes up, and then start, whichever, everyone has their own healing modalities that they like, or you can seek out people to help you specifically with certain ones. I think probably in the months to come in the Wealth Membership, we're probably going to be doing some sort of healing money mindset or healing money relationship challenge in there. That's not fully decided yet, but that's something I do want to do in there as a resource for the members. So that could be something to come join me for later on. But also just looking at, like what stories are coming up and how can you, again, flip your perspective on those stories to see how maybe all of that has been working for you, right? We also have the Beaver and Birch, home. So especially healing any stories, really I'm getting a lot from your parents or from family members. I'm going to push the crystal all the way here. Any stories that are telling you that, it's that the world's out to get you, that the world's against you, that the universe doesn't support you, that especially with money, right? That, if you want something, you have to do it all yourself, or, like common stories, especially with my, like, you want something right, do it yourself, or you want something done right, you have to do it yourself, or, like, just having that kind of mentality of it's not safe to trust others or to trust the universe, or, if you want something, you have to work hard for it and sacrifice for it. It's like those sorts of stories are all indicative of not feeling safe in trusting for some reason. So get to the core of those stories. Again, that these are probably stories that have come from your parents, maybe generationally or ancestrally. I get for a lot of you it might be parents. So it's somewhere to just look. The universe is saying, let's look at what your parents' beliefs were around money and around how supported or, kind of guided or taken care of they felt by the universe or by, their, whatever they put their faith in, or even just by the world around them or others, and see if you have any of those beliefs that are maybe keeping you from allowing yourself to see anything as an opportunity instead of a setback, right? And that's really the thing to be looking at this week for you, because doing that deep inner work is going to allow you to shift so much, is what the universe is saying. It's going to allow you to shift so much. And I want to see what. Let's see what it's going to help you shift. Pull from my other deck we have here. See which card's going to come through. Oh, here we go. Harvest, reception, gratitude. Yeah. trailblazing, innovative, fearless. And we have more innovation here. Innovative, rational, humanitarian. Okay, so by doing whatever healing work needs to happen, right? Whatever story, by identifying and healing stories, just getting clear on and kind of bringing awareness to stories that keep you from being able to shift into looking at everything happening for you, being able to see the silver lining in all situations, especially around money or career. By healing those things, it's going to allow you to open up more into like our cosmic celebration and gratitude, right? But also more into, we have harvest, right? This is our financial flow, like opening up more financial flow. It's also going to allow you to move forward in life more fearlessly, more, and just innovate. Like you're going to start, the universe is saying by healing these stories, you're going to start, deck two, to have new ideas or revisit old ideas you've had around how to make money or maybe career shifts you want to make or something like that. And you're going to start to have more faith and trust in yourself and in the universe so that you feel fearless in moving forward and doing something very different. Maybe it's innovative, right? We have innovative twice here. Maybe it's innovative in terms of like something new in your life and out of your comfort zone. But also I see it just being like you trailblazing and innovating something that's going to help on a worldwide level and you get to be compensated for it because you're making a big difference in the world. Like, oh my gosh, the universe is saying this belief, this ability that you're being called to foster of being able to see how anything can be working for you instead of against you. Oh my gosh, doing that and healing whatever stories are preventing you from doing that. It's going to unlock financial flow. It's going to allow you to just see yourself and your potential in this lifetime, deck two, in a totally new way. Oh my gosh, my guides are like cheering, like my collective is cheering. Again, it's like, and I'm looking at this cosmic celebration card and it's like they're applauding you when this clicks into place. Like the universe will be cheering you on because you will finally be ready to step into your next level of greatness. I know this is like a 7-day, like kind of like, here's what to do in the next 7 days, but this is what it's unlocking for you. And that is amazing, deck two. Like the universe is cheering because it's like you're almost ready. You've been getting ready, and this is the belief to shift, to be ready, to be able to see yourself and what you're capable of in a new light. Because I know when I say you could do something that changes the world, you're going to do something that is completely different and innovative, and you're trailblazing fearlessly, and you're going to do something massive that's going to have these huge ripple effects in the world, and it's going to allow you, you're going to be compensated for that beautifully. I know when I say that sort of thing, you're like, yeah, how? Okay, who am I to change the world? I don't know if I'm going to change the world, but at least maybe I'll make some more money though. It's like you're going to, again, like you being able to see how everything is working out for you. It's going to almost give you this permission slip you've maybe been craving for a while now without realizing it, or maybe you have realized it, but this permission slip you've been craving for a while to dream bigger, to just see what you're capable of in this lifetime, because you are capable of great things, deck two, and of being massively compensated for those great things. But if you don't believe you are capable of making those things happen, or that the universe is going to support you on your journey to make those things happen, then of course you wouldn't even let yourself dream that big. So, oh my gosh, you're going to unlock like a whole new level of dreaming big in this next week if you and a whole new big vision that can lead you to so much more abundance down the road, like insane amounts of abundance, deck two, because you're going to have an insane impact on the world. You're going to do something that is so needed. But again, it's going to be on the other side of learning how to master this ability to see any situation as it all being divine redirection and support and happening for you and not to you or against you, right? So that's so cool. We're going to pull one more card from our Wealthy Woman deck for you and just see what the last confirmation is here. The Monarch, right? Like you are, oh my goodness. I never know where to put this last card with the spread I'm doing today, but wow. Like you are, again, what did I say? Like you're going to have such an impact on the world, and the world's going to see you as just divinely and like so, you're going to be seen as such a big freaking deal. All right. But it's going to start with you seeing yourself as a big freaking deal, and you seeing yourself as fully capable of what you desire. And also being, oh, wow. The universe is saying the universe is saying, I, as the universe, right, see you as inherently worthy of everything you want. And I'm inherently worthy of all of my support, right, is what the divine is saying. But if until you see that and believe it for yourself, which is why the universe is giving you this kind of homework to like look back on how you've always been divinely led up until now and how you will continue to be, until you can see that for yourself and know that on conscious and unconscious levels, right? Like conscious and subconscious levels, until you do that work and you can see that and shift that and really be able to look at every situation as how is this happening for me and believing it's happening for you, until you do that, the universe is saying, until you do that, you won't see yourself as a big deal. You won't see yourself as capable. You won't believe that I'm here supporting you. And that's what I need you to believe, that so that you can actually move forward with all the support I'm always giving you. Wow, the universe is saying, if you think I'm always against you, then you will make me be against you. Not because the universe will actually be against you, but because you will choose to see anything that it does as being a burden or a curse instead of a blessing. The universe says, I'm only ever giving you blessings. It's up to you to see them as blessings. See what I see. See what I see in what I'm delivering you, and see what I see in you, which is unlimited, untapped, full divine potential for abundance, for greatness. Deck 2. Wow, that's so powerful. All right, deck 2, that is your reading. Do you also see how, like, once we've gotten to this point in the reading, like, the light just now, it's like, it's very mild. It's very much blended again. And it's just like, it's like, I feel like this is the journey you're on over the next 7 days and beyond, but like this is this inner journey of like seeing how there is no real light or dark even, it's just your perspective and seeing how it all just is what you choose it to be. Wow. Okay. All right, deck 2, that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below letting me know what you took from it and how it resonated. I always try to read as many comments as I can on these videos, and they truly mean the world to me. They give me inspiration and ideas for future readings and motivation to keep making these videos. So definitely do comment below if you feel called to. I always love to see your comments. You are, of course, welcome to subscribe to my channel for future card readings for abundance if you're not already subscribed. And if you want to pre-order your copy of the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck so that you can get divine guidance on demand for all things money and abundance, be sure to do so at the link in the description and in the pinned comment below. And after you do so, be sure to go claim your copy of the exclusive 2-hour wealth activation reading that I've recorded as a thank you for everyone who pre-orders the deck or everyone who writes a review of the deck if you already have a copy from our previous print run. And if you want to come join me inside of the Wealth Vibe membership so that you can get access to all of the resources, support, and community you need to more easily manifest the wealth you desire into your life, then I would love to get to connect with you there. The link for that is also in the description and pinned comment below as well. So with all of that being said, I'm wishing you massive prosperity and abundance, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. This is your reading to uncover what guidance the universe has for you to take action on this week, what you can do this week in order to call in more abundance into your life. So remember to use your own discretion as you listen to this reading and only take what resonates with you. Also, keep in mind as we go through this reading that often the things that lead to abundance in our lives are things that they don't seem directly tied to money, but they have an indirect domino effect on our ability to manifest or call in or get to the wealth we desire. So implement the guidance here that you receive in this reading in whatever way feels right to you. Always trust your inner guidance, but just keep an open mind too, and just realize that everything is connected, right? This is the thing. Everyone wants like the specific, what do I do to make the money happen? It's like sometimes it's something that you wouldn't think is logically related to the wealth you desire or to manifesting it. But the more that you kind of like lean into those things that you're called to, maybe through this reading or otherwise, the more the money comes in, right? So, all right, let's move your crystal out of the way. And we're going to just dive right in. We're going to start shuffling, see what can deck 3 do this week over the next 7 days to call in more money. Radiant abundance. I'm going to pull some more cards because I want to know exactly what the universe wants you to do. Yep, we have receiving mode card. Ooh, and we have our Fortress of Protection card. Okay, so my loves, my deck 3s. The universe is saying that for this week, this is a really great time for you to start embodying the wealth you desire, kind of energetically embodying it, which is a little bit similar to our guidance from pile number 1. If you felt that pull to pile number 1, you can go check it out. You don't have to. This is a very different reading altogether, but what I am seeing here is that this is going to be, this week is the perfect time for you to really be making sure that you are doing two main things, right? That you are removing any kind of walls you've put up around money, especially where other people are concerned, and making sure that you are allowing yourself to receive money gracefully from others, meaning that you are allowing the universe and others, specifically more so people around you, to give to you. Maybe it's giving money to you, or maybe it's giving you job opportunities, or just giving their time, their energy, food, meals, whatever it is to you. Like the universe is saying, allow the wealth to come in, because the universe is saying the next level version of you, the version who has the wealth you desire, would not be having all these walls up and refusing to let abundance in. That doesn't make any sense, right? Like the next level, the version of you who has that next level of abundance that you desire would be allowing that wealth in. They'd be receptive to it. So the universe is saying right now, this is a week where it's like, this is the perfect time for you to be looking at, get clear on who you're going to be at your next level of abundance, but then look at what are the boundaries or the walls I have up around receiving wealth from others or from the universe. Like, in what ways am I not open to receive? And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment, but in what ways am I not open to receive? In what ways am I deflecting or blocking, whether consciously or not, the abundance I want from others or from the universe? And are those congruent with who I would be when I have all the wealth I desire? Probably not, right? Any of those ways where you refuse help or money or opportunities or energy or love from others, those are things the universe is saying they're ready to be released. They're ready to be, those walls are ready to be torn down this week. And that's what you're being invited into doing by the universe. The universe is saying, I'm inviting you to become more open to receiving. So when we talk about being open to receiving from others, I just saw 333 for you. So 333, that's a beautiful confirmation. When we talk about being open to receiving, ways that we can block money, right? When we're not open to receiving is when we're just blocking any of the energy of abundance from others. So when someone gives you a compliment, do you deflect it, right? If someone says, I love your shirt, you're like, oh, I've had this for so long, or oh, I got this on sale. It was clearance. It's like that somehow negates the fact that they like it or the way it looks on you, right? And so you're not even letting that compliment in, that love in. It's like looking at all the ways where you don't let the good things in, is what the universe is saying. Look at all the ways where you don't let the good things in your life, and see where you're maybe acting in a way that's incongruent with how you'd be acting at your next level of wealth. Like when you think about the version of you who has the wealth you desire, would they be, when someone, says like, oh, I paid for your drink, and someone ahead of you at the coffee shop pays for your drink, this is a surprise, it's a nice gesture, or a friend wants to treat you to lunch, when you have that next level of abundance, would you say, oh, no, I won't take that? Or would you say, yeah, oh, thank you so much? Maybe you then go pay it back double for the next person in line, or maybe you'd get you'd get a lunch for your friend next time. Or maybe not, maybe just allow yourself to receive, right? But just looking at where are all the ways I don't allow the good in my life that's trying to come in, and I don't even realize it, right? The universe is saying you're probably doing this on a very subconscious level, where this is kind of how we're trained in life. It's how we're conditioned. This is a very common thing, but it's what's coming up for you to release, deck 3. And that's the universe saying that's what's really blocking you from allowing yourself to embody and be the version of you who has the wealth you desire, but also to allow that wealth in. That the money you want, the abundance you want is actually been trying to come to you for a while through different opportunities, through different people. But it's going to start often as a small trickle, as an inconsequential or seemingly unrelated thing. But when you're never letting things in, or never letting good in, or things around money or opportunities for money in, then it can't get in. So you're saying, I'm trying to give it to you. I want to give it to you. Let it in. Tear down the walls that keep you from receiving. Tear down the stories. Ooh, the universe is saying, why do you think you shouldn't receive wealth? Like when you, so the universe is saying, first of all, this is your homework for the next 7 days. This is what you can do over the next 7 days, is sit down and get clear on, or start, the universe, better yet, the universe is saying, just start observing at the end of each day before you go to bed. Just make a quick mental note, or even a note in your phone or in your notebook. But just think of all the times that day that maybe you deflected anything good, any form of abundance, money, love, whatever it is, that you deflected some sort of abundance that day. In what way were you closed off to it? And in what ways did you let it in, right? Give yourself credit for those ways too. And then each day try to catch yourself. The more you do this, the more you'll start to catch yourself midday when you're like, oh, I just deflected that. Actually, let me take that back and let me just accept that. Or let me, okay, I'm going to catch it sooner. And then finally you start catching it. While you're doing it, you go, wait, I'm not going to block the good from coming in. So just reflecting on each day, where are you blocking the good from coming into your life? Where are you blocking the abundance? Where are you kind of putting up a shield and deflecting it in one way or another, whether you mean to or not? And how can you, over the next 7 days, start to shift it so that the majority of times that good is coming to you, you're letting it in when it feels aligned to, right? And then it's fewer and fewer times that you're deflecting it. You don't have to be perfect. And sometimes opportunities for abundance will come your way and they're not aligned, and it's okay to say no to those, right? But overall, what are the little and big, but especially the little ways that you're deflecting good, you're deflecting abundance from coming in? This is a week to be really conscious of that and bring more conscious awareness to that and start to shift it so that 51% or more of the time you're allowing the good in rather than deflecting it, right? So that's some really fun guidance. Let's see what else we have, because doing that is the universe is saying there's going to be some sort of opportunity that comes through in doing this, right? As you start to consciously start to open up to receive more and allow more in, and heal whatever shame or guilt that you have attached to receiving. Like, if I take from people, they have less. That's not true. Often when people give to you, they get something from giving to you, either like a one-to-one transaction, or it's like some people, the joy you get of giving to someone else. People like to get that joy of giving to you as well, right? So allowing yourself to feel supported in that, but also just reminding yourself that it's important to look at, why do I feel any sort of guilt or shame or wrongness in allowing myself to receive from others? Healing those things is something that's really important for you to look at this week as well. So just kind of taking a little time to reflect on that. Why don't I seem to want to let things in, right? We have the rooster and sunflower, communication. So this is, again, where are you not letting good things in? Again, I get the example of a compliment, right? Like the way that a lot of abundance is trying to come to you is through your communications with others. So this could be like your connections with others, the way that they, your contacts, your connections, your networking, things like that. But it's going to come through, like, I'm getting the sense that you get a lot of verbal offers or opportunities for abundance. And so this could be little things like a lot of verbal compliments, right? But also I'm getting that there's a lot of times when people are talking and they kind of say something, like they'll say things to you. Like, people just seem to open up to you is what I'm getting. And they'll often offer you things. Like, they'll say, if you ever need this, just don't hesitate to reach out. Or if, like, oh my gosh, I'd love to work with you, like, this would be fun to do. And you think they might be joking, but maybe they're not. And you just kind of go, oh, well, yeah, sure, maybe one day. And then, you never follow up with it. It's like, look for the little tiny breadcrumbs that come through when other people are speaking to you over the next 7 days, and see where you maybe either consciously or especially subconsciously are refusing to let in the good that they're either saying to you, the compliments or the positive things they're trying to share with you, or especially, most importantly, the opportunities that are being offered to you that you're maybe not taking seriously because you don't think you could do it, or people really want you to, or that would be too hard, or blah, 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 right? Yeah, and I just saw 555 for you, so some really nice communication. So you really are, there's something that's coming, especially someone's going to verbally offer you something in the next several days that is going to allow you to have more abundance come into your life, more financial abundance specifically. It could be that someone just straight up offers you a job or like an opportunity for money, but it could be that it's like they say something and then because you accept the compliment, then you start chatting more, and then it turns out they know this person who has an opportunity for you, and blah blah blah, right? It's like there's a million ways it can happen. So, just stay open to that and just know that there's some opportunity that's waiting to come to you. And the universe is saying, get ready for it. Get ready by making sure that you're not deflecting all the good. Let the good in. This is something just over the next 7 days, set the intention to just let as much good into your life as possible and not deflect it, right? And not push it away. Yeah, of course. And we have our happiness card here, right? Like the ladybug and sweet pea, happiness. So the universe is saying, there's so much goodness coming your way. There's so much, like, I just see you having a lot of really joyful, happy conversations with people that are going to lead to miracles. All right. Like, it's going to happen in the most organic and easy way for you. But again, if you're not allowing yourself to let the good in, these conversations can't even take place. Right. So removing any shame or guilt for receiving from others, removing any, habits you have, conscious or not, that keep you deflecting what you desire, right? So just some things to keep in mind there. Just some things to look out for. But I just get this light sense of like there's going to be these light, beautiful conversations coming your way that are going to lead to really beautiful, miraculous opportunities for abundance in your life. But just allow them to be good. Allow them to come in. Allow things to be good. Allow yourself to receive good. Is what I'm getting for you. Okay, let's get any more guidance we have for you. What you can do. Ooh. All right. Okay, yeah, really interesting. All right, so my deck threes. I'm getting some more clarity for you on, some of why it might be hard for you to allow good in, and maybe this will help shed light on it, is what the universe is saying, especially if this is kind of like happening very subconsciously for you, and you're like, I know I kind of deflect, maybe, or don't let the good in, but I don't really know how or where. The universe is saying a lot of that desire to reflect, or that kind of inclination to deflect the abundance or all the good that can come your way, so compliments, offers for money, or whatever it is from others, it might come from, because there's really, when you think about it, we've associated in our culture money is power, right? And I've got a whole other kind of spiel about that I'll save for another time, but about the relationship between money and power. But a lot of us have this kind of deep conditioning of, if I want money, it makes me greedy, or it makes me power hungry, or, or even, so you might have some of that, right? And that fear of like, if I receive from others in any sort of way and receive abundance, then I'm, I'm in a position of power they're not, and that's wrong. Or I'm, I'm not power hungry. I don't want to be power hungry, so I can't let that in, right? But also even just like, that fear of allowing yourself to almost be vulnerable and allowing people to have power over you, right? Sometimes we associate, being vulnerable and allowing ourselves to receive compliments, allowing ourselves to receive from others, or receive gifts from others, or receive opportunities or handouts from others. It's like we often will sometimes make that mean something about us. Like they, in order to do that, I have to be vulnerable, or that's a sign that I'm weak and I need help, or whatever, right? And so it's like the sign of weakness or this lack of power, and the universe is saying that's what needs to be broken down. So in whatever way that you feel like there's some sort of danger or power dynamic, that's power imbalance, right, in receiving from others, because maybe you think it means you're weak to receive from others, or it is like you're going to have power over them, or you don't want them to feel like you owe them or they owe you or anything like that. Just, that's the sort of thing to be looking at and to see. That's kind of like the root of why it might be hard for you to allow in the good from other people. And that's what needs to be broken down, right? Tearing down those walls, readjusted. There needs to be, if you were wronged in the past, looking at forgiveness, maybe not even of the other person or party that you feel wronged you financially or anything like that, that has maybe created, these barriers that helped protect you for a while that now are no longer serving you. But even forgiveness of yourself for holding on to things that are no longer serving you, and for kind of, keeping away the good in your life, or as much good in your life as there could be, right? So there needs to be that kind of forgiveness of either someone else or yourself, right? That depends on you and your situation. And that's going to allow you to have more of this harmony, this balance with the people around you and allow you to open up to receive opportunities from them for abundance, receive gifts, receive money, receive lunches, free meals, free, things that you want or, need, or assistance with things, or even opportunities for jobs or money coming your way. So that's really what the universe is asking you to truly lean into, and to kind of move through in the next 7 days, or at least start your journey on moving through. This is something that can take quite a while to move through, because these are very deep, very common, but very deep beliefs that are ingrained in us of not feeling comfortable receiving from others in certain ways, right? So making sure that you are looking at that and turning into that healing work over the next several days is going to be a really great start to put you on track to be open to receive all the abundance that is trying to come to you. We're saying so much is trying to come to you. I've been trying to give it to you, and you keep pushing it away, whether you're realizing it or not. Most of the time you're not realizing it. And so now it's time for you to allow it in. And the only way that's going to happen is by looking at those deeper beliefs around the relationship of money and power, or money, or like receiving from others and vulnerability and things like that, and forgiving yourself or others, so that you can let go of those stories, so you can let go of those subconscious habits you have around deflecting the wealth that comes your way, whatever form it takes. So really, really deep work for you to be doing, but really, really powerful, and stuff that most of us honestly could benefit from doing this sort of work and looking at these things. And most people never will in their lifetimes. And that's why most people will continue to struggle with abundance, right? But you know what you're doing. You know what you need to do now. You need to go through metamorphosis, right? And again, this brings us full circle to, again, our first pile. So again, I do feel like if there was crossover between this pile and pile 1 for you, if you were torn between pile 1 and 3, then go back and watch pile 1 after this if you haven't already. You don't have to. Again, that's not necessary, but if you're drawn to it, because this exact word metamorphosis came up for us on another card in that reading, and it was a very different energy than reading, right? So if that didn't call to you, don't go watch it. But it's interesting. There's a lot of transformation that you're ready for right now, and that is necessary for you to undergo in order to get to the abundance you desire. But the universe is saying, it's like, I've got you. I got your back. Like, we're going to get through this. There's so much goodness waiting for you, but you got to let it in, and you got to let me deliver it to you. So making sure that you're just looking at these areas that need your attention, your love, and your own forgiveness, so that you can open yourself up to truly like collaborating with, working with others. Something I will leave you with here that my guides are asking me to leave you with is the idea, and this was a big realization for me not too long ago, but it's the realization of like, everyone's on your team. And I know there's sometimes the rare occasion where someone is absolutely not on your team. Like they are actively working against you and intentionally working against you. But most of the time, most people are on your team in every little interaction or big interaction, right? Like in some way, there's some shared goal. There's some common goal. And when you can look for that, this is honestly like this last kind of little bit of guidance. If you do nothing else over the next 7 days, the big thing to do is in any situation where you feel like it's difficult for you to receive from others because you feel guilt or shame or something around it, or you just deflect any compliments, any love, any energy, any money, any help, anything, right? Assistance. Anytime you catch yourself doing that over the next 7 days, the universe is saying instead shift and pause and ask yourself, what is our common goal here? What is my common goal in this moment with this other person, right? Like if someone, again, going back to that example of you're at lunch with your friend and your friend wants to pay the bill and they offer to, and you have the inclination to go, no, I'll pay or I'll split it. And you're not allowing yourself to receive from them because when they've genuinely offered and it doesn't feel misaligned to accept it. You're just like, I'm scared to, I can't do that. It's not good to accept that. Catch yourself and say, what's the shared goal here? Was the goal for us to both, what do we both want in this situation? Do we both want to have a nice lunch? Do we both want to deepen our friendship over this lunch? Then does me accepting this offer for them to pay meet that shared goal? Yeah, because they feel like they got to give something to their friend, right? Or you both got enjoyment. They get the enjoyment of giving to you and you get the enjoyment of receiving, right? Or, there could be other shared goals, and it changes in every situation. But this is really a hack that when we talk about like allowing money in and allowing yourself to receive wealth with ease, this was something not too long ago, like I said, very recent, that when I really consciously leaned into this story and this belief, and I took every opportunity to look at what is the shared goal here? How are we on the same team here? It like completely transformed my ability to receive more abundance and allowed me to look at situations where maybe I would have been defensive in the past because I'm like, oh, this person they're out for themselves and I'm out for myself and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, when I started looking at us all as being on the same team and making the assumption that until proven otherwise, everyone is on my team, then that allowed me to co-create so much faster with people and just see exponential fast opportunities and results for more abundance to come into my life and for me to give back to others as well. So just something to take on there if that feels good to you, to use that as a perspective shift to help you kind of start to remove that inclination to deflect the good and allow yourself to open up to receive more. All right, deck number 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below letting me know what you took from it and how it resonated. I always love getting to hear your thoughts on these readings. They mean so much to me. I try to read as many comments as I can, and they truly give me the inspiration and motivation to keep making these videos and gives me ideas for future ones. So definitely comment below if you feel called to. And you are, of course, if you're not already, welcome to subscribe to my channel for future card readings for abundance. And if you want to pre-order your own copy of the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck so you can get divine guidance on demand for all things money and abundance, then be sure to do so at the link in the description and pinned comment below. And after you pre-order, be sure to claim your copy of the exclusive 2-hour wealth activation reading that I recorded and that I'm giving for free as a thank you to anyone who pre-orders the deck or to anyone who writes a review of the deck if you're someone who already has a copy of the deck from our previous print run. And, of course, if you want to come join me inside of the Wealth Vibe membership so you can get access to all the resources, support, and community you need to more easily manifest the wealth you desire into your life, then I would love to get to connect with you there. That link is also below as well. So with all that being said, I'm wishing you massive prosperity and abundance, deck 3, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye.